Hi, good evening, everyone. Star Pravaha podcast series. I know 8 p.m. Every day we meet, and whenever we have a 31st, I join with Mr. Rohit Arora to discuss spirituality, more importantly, the Bhagavad Gita. I know when you start reading, you feel you understood everything, and after one day goes and you realize you don't understand anything, you've forgotten everything, it's very difficult. Also, it happens that every time, even if I read the same page, the meaning of that page is different. It evolves. What you were thinking yesterday and what you are thinking today is totally different with the same lines. So, Rohit, thank you so much for consistently being with us. From the month of January, when we installed physically, we did Shunyam. You took us in a different journey, and everyone, the Fogsi people who have attended, keep on telling me. In fact, even today, Dr. Jyoti Banglawala, one of my chairperson, have posted in the group your photo on a stage and talking about Madhyam and how you have taken everything. No one understood what is Shunya. And now we are evolved and we are trying to understand with every 31st. I know sometimes I feel we need to have a little more, because what you have spoken, we have to really rethink, rehear, and then we come on the podcast again. But just yesterday, I had, not yesterday, on Wednesday and Thursday, 2 days, our Arogya Yoga Yatra to a beautiful place on Mathura, Vrindavan. So we had CME on spirituality in medicine with the Mathura team of a gynecologist. But we also had, you will be crazy, Rohit, if you hear, in 24 hours from Wednesday 3:30 p.m. to Thursday 3:30 p.m. In 24 hours, we did visit to Samadhi of one saint, very famous saint. I forget, in the afternoon only I told Rajesh about him. Neem Karoli Baba. His Samadhi is there in Vrindavan. Then we visited Bake Bihari. We visited Radha Vallabh temple. We went to Yamuna Ghat and we did Deepa Prajwalan and the Aarti over there. Then we went to Prem Mandir and we saw the beautiful Prem Mandir. We had then the CME with Mathura Society till 12 o'clock in the midnight. 3:30 a.m. we were at Seva Kunj. We saw all that, whatever we were heard about the toothpick se leke, the bed and everything, and Ras Leela, which happens even today, every day. And then we did a Govardhan Parikrama. In that Parikrama, we saw many spiritual places from Radha Kund, Krishna Kund se leke, many places where he has done the Shungar, and maybe the Govardhan Parvat pe, the Giriraj temple we climbed, and we ended over there. It was a crazy journey, but so much spiritually blessed. What I observed, Rohit, I know I was going to have a different discussion with doctors, the karma and thinking, but just 10 minutes I want to, because that is still lingering in my mind and it's very difficult to come over. This is a Kartik Mass. So there is a tremendous parikrama of Govardhan. But parikrama by walking or by e-rickshaw is acceptable. But what I saw is thousands and thousands of people doing ashta, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, namaskar with completely horizontal. They put the mat, they dandavat डालते हैं, and they put their hand with the two maybe paduka of Krishna till where it can reach, and then they will take again the mat and again the dandavat. And these 21 kilometers for 30 days, or in 8 days they finish maybe 1 kilometer per day. It was even to see me was exhausting. It was raining, it was all mud. But that is a devotion, and people say every year after year, they are doing this in Kartik Mass. Now, the question comes in my mind, Rohit, is on one way, this is the way to show your prema or bhakti to God, so much of a physical torture, or for them it is not torture. For us who cannot even dream of that, is a torture to look at, because they were laughing, they were smiling, they were doing Radhe, 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 the Namasmaran, an entire their journey. So it was not a physical exercise for them or a physical pain for them. But as I evolve into my spiritual journey, I feel I may not have to go even to mandir just to be connected with God. I don't have to do this exercise just to take out the bad karma or to put positive karma. It can be in my day-to-day practice and action with the people. I can do the positive karma. Also, I don't need to go to the temple sitting at my own house now while talking to you. Or before 15 minutes, I just wanted to be, I stopped my OPD. I just wanted to be silent, to recreate, to rethought, or to connect to God one to one just by closing the eyes. I can do this spiritual practice, and over the period, as I told you, when you go in a deep meditation, want to connect with the God, you realize you are also a part of a God. So तुम्हारा आत्मा, परमात्मा, all, maybe the influence of you all in a life, listening to many spiritual podcasts, reading to many books. Today my book has arrived, Krishna Ek Rahasya, because you get evolved, and when you practice, I think, Rohit, I don't need to do anything. I can go into the deep sense of meditation, and I start realizing I am a God. I am a part, my Atma, my soul, and Paramatma. I can be just transmitting a energy. Before I may be taking hours, I may be taking minutes. I think I can transmit everything in seconds, and I'm re-energized. So what is this? What we should be doing, and what is the right way? Can we just have 10-15 minutes of that discussion before we go for our podcast on Bhagavad Gita?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for inviting, first of all. And thank you for this.
For your information, this is 276 podcast. It's going on the flow every day at 8 p.m. It's going.
Outstanding. Very good. And this persistence is what makes a difference. And let's answer this question with this persistence only. So 276 days, correct? Every single day?
8 p.m.
8 p.m. you're doing something. What does that do? Persistence and consistency does what? It builds a kind of a ritual and a habit, and your mind gets ready for 8 p.m. every day. Okay. Now, when do you, let's go from the highest and we'll come down. Highest level of sadhana is when sadhak has become Paramatma.
Which we can't reach. I don't think but it needs a lot of practice.
That is where you have to go to. That is the journey. So sadhak becomes siddhi. Sadhana becomes siddhi. Siddhi means now you become one. When do you become one? Technically, scientifically, you become one when your mind becomes no mind. That means there is no mind. When there is no mind, there is no ankar, there is no I, there are no vichar, and therefore it becomes nirvikar. When mind becomes nirvikar, you understand, right? Should I explain? Nirvikar, simply just for everybody's understanding, somebody tells you something, like it's like a still water, somebody has thrown stone in it, or somebody has thrown mountain in it. It does not depend upon the ripples, depend upon the what you consider has been thrown on it. So if I abuse somebody, or if somebody abuse somebody else, that abuse can be a stone, it can be a mountain. For the people who consider small little actions outside as mountains, they need to still train their mind. The journey of life is about training the mind. What do you mean by training the mind? Why does the mind doesn't get trained? Why doesn't mind doesn't concentrate? Mind doesn't concentrate because it is filled with dirt. So it needs to be चित्त शुद्धि करनी पड़ेगी. That means mind needs to be made pure. चित्त की शुद्धि करने के लिए कर्म की शुद्धि करनी पड़ेगी. There is the only way. अब मुझसे शुद्ध कर्म हो नहीं रहा, क्योंकि जैसे ही कर्म करने लगता हूं तो मुझे किससे इंटरेक्ट करना पड़ता है. जैसे ही इंटरेक्ट करता हूं तो वो मुझे तंग करता है. तंग करता हूं तो फिर मैं वापस से खराब हो जाता हूं, फिर मैं भी शुरू हो जाता हूं. ये तो घरों में भी हो रहा है ना. दिस हैपनिंग इन होम्स ऑल्सो, दिस हैपनिंग इन सोसाइटी, दिस हैपनिंग इन आउटसाइड. द ओनली प्लेस वेयर आई डू सम कर्मा and I am able to train my mind to purity is maybe in temple. I go into temple and I sit down, or I do kirtan, or I dance, or I do parikrama, that is karma, for something which is pure. It is doing nothing. It is just training your mind. Over a period of time, long time, continuously, your mind becomes pure. And when your mind becomes pure, it becomes shant. At that time, even if you don't do karma, parikrama, it will work. So in Yoga Sutras, there is something called as Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is something like what you saw. Doing Tandulwadkar and doing parikrama. Hatha Yoga was used by yogis to train the mind. Hatha Yoga will never bring you enlightenment. Hatha Yoga will only calm the mind. And then you have to either do Gyan Yoga, Karma Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga to actually get enlightened. But Hatha Yoga is required to train the mind, train the body, train the senses. That today I have decided, I have taken a decision that I will do this activity for 50 days in such a way that I will every day morning go there, every day morning go there, every day morning go there, or every day evening go there. Suddenly mind gets trained to a discipline. So spirituality became religion with default disciplines. Otherwise, spirituality doesn't need religion. Spirituality gave birth to religion to discipline the mind.
Yeah, maybe because continuously they are doing Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. I think in lakhs of time they are doing. So they are just passing on the vibrations. Their mind is completely thinking only Radhe and no other activities. Do you think for us as a doctor, let me ask you another part. Today I wanted to do it into 3 parts, asking about Mathura, Vrindavan visit. See, Rohit, I don't know. I traveled on Tuesday night. After finishing whole work, I reached midnight to Delhi, so that I can start Mathura very early morning and I can reach there in time, because Delhi traffic is bad. Whole night I traveled Tuesday night. Wednesday night I had a CME and early 3 a.m. Yesterday from Delhi I took a 12 midnight flight. I reached at 3 a.m. And today from 7:30 a.m. I am operating and doing consultation. I am so fresh, I can do 10 more surgeries. This energy, this comes. Probably, I don't want to talk about my stem cells and regeneration therapy. I want to talk about the mental health also. I felt reaching into that atmosphere has given me a thought to think about the God, the Krishna, seeing the devotion around the Kutra. Believe me, Rohit, thousands and thousands of people over there. But fortunately, we had Dr. Vartika who organized everything. Thanks to her, million thanks. We were not going through the crowd. We were always with the VIP gate, entering, taking blessings, going ahead. But that has given me definitely the happiness, the calmness, and I'm working with that positive energy. And I'm seeing so much positive happening around me. All results are positive. My embryo transfers, the way the procedures happened, everything was positive. So sometimes visiting to these spiritual places, on one way, I'm saying no need to visit to the mandir and all. Sitting in your room. I'm sorry.
लाइट मोड पे डाल दो.
नहीं मैंने डाला था. I think still WhatsApp is connected. That's why it came here.
Okay.
So sorry. What I was saying is, on one way, I'm saying I don't. I sit here calmly when everyone has left the OPD. I can just close my mind and I can remember. For me, it is always Gagan Giri Maharaj. I remember him. I take the blessings. I start getting the vibration, the waves coming to me, the light coming on me, and I get one to one, and the things move on. But at the same time, 2 days of this extensive traveling, 3 nights completely, hardly sleeping for 2 hours, working so hard since morning, finishing 10, 12 surgeries, I'm feeling super excited, super happy. So definitely visiting to these places has brought some happiness in the mind, which is helping me to create the atmosphere around. So it is equally important for me. So one way, I'm telling you why people are doing this, but one way, that is their happiness. And visiting those places was my happiness.
So now understand why you feel happy when you go to such places. Scientifically, we all are waves, correct? And in physics, you have heard about constructive interference. When people of similar wavelength keep interacting with the same wave, the amplitude keeps increasing. What happens when you're meeting negative people is it's destructive interference.
So that is what we call satsanga in India.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So it is about being in the same energy field. You are enhancing your energy field. So if you're already there, whenever I go to Rishikesh and I sit in front of Ganga, every time I have experienced enlightenment. Every time.
Next time coming, this time you are taking November when I have my conference for people who you should be taking our group of medical doctors. We need to spend those 2-3 days with you.
Whenever you want. Doesn't matter.
I know.
You just tell me.
I miss every year this, but this time, next year, we will definitely plan something.
So, why you feel...
What do you mean by enlightenment?
Permanent happiness. Mind disappears. You see things, everybody... You don't see people.
Yeah.
You don't see people. You don't see. Just don't see.
For how long you go into that stage? I know I should not be asking, but I'm asking.
It can go on for a very long time also. But I pull myself back in. Or I means I bring my I and it pulls back itself in. The moment I goes away, then you just want to stay there only.
So why only when you go in front of Ganga?
That happens because that's exactly what I'm saying. That energy field over there is so different that the energy field enhances my little left and I just tip the energy. So when you are so what happens is when you're meeting people, you're consuming your energy to uplift others. So energy can either be created or destroyed. So I'm transferring the energy to uplift others.
So now,
and the whole process of going to temple means what? Okay, let me give you an example. This is what? Water. Now, this much glass of water, I will drink full water right now here. Okay. Now what I do, one thing, I put the same glass of water in front of Radha Krishna and I do puja. The whole puja is over. Now I take this glass of water. Now I don't want to drink whole. I'll say, let me give one drop to everybody. उससे प्यास थोड़ी बुझने वाली है. Before it went in front of Radha Krishna or the temple, it was water.
Water.
After it came from there, it became what?
Actually, it's a water with different energy in it.
But we call it Amrit.
Amrit.
तो हुआ क्या? Suddenly वो अमृत कैसे बन गया? It's not because Radha Krishna transfused something into it. In temple, all of us go in temple with only positive thoughts. Anybody, even if he's feeling extremely sad, extremely bad, extremely depressed, when he enters those doors of temple, he's either reciting, chanting, he's either talking about good things. He's not talking bad about anybody. He's not talking bad about anything. So that place is filled with only positive thoughts. Now water has got the maximum memory. All the positive thoughts when spoken in front of the idol goes into the water.
Oh.
So everybody's positive thoughts are in that water, and when you drink one sip of it, it's almost like Ganga water. That's why it is also said in our Indian tradition, if you don't know anybody, don't drink water of that home. Why? Because if that home is having malpractices or is having negative thoughts, it will go in the water of that home. And when you will drink it, Runano Bandhan will be established.
So this is a very important message you are passing on for everyone to practice, that आप जहाँ भी जाते हो, जो भी लेते हो, think 10 times before you.
Because Runano Bandhans get established. A Runano Bandhan once established with a wrong person takes 7 years for cleaning.
Okay.
That means what? Somebody is feeling sad, you will suddenly feel sad sitting here. You don't know why you're feeling sad. And in today's modern medicine says कि आपको mood swing हो रहा है. हमारे घर में वो नजर उतारने वाला काम करते थे ना. That is Klesha Agni. You are actually doing what? Using Agni as a element and cleaning up the energy field around you. So it is fire bath. Like water bath, you're taking fire bath to clean up the energy. People say at the end of every bath, apply salt on your body and take the bath. Because salt has got the maximum power to capture the energy. So any wrong energy on you will get wiped out with salt. Now, these are all old traditions, only purely on the energy side. Similarly, temple is an energy area.
Okay, so now before I forget, if I get an energy from the just entering into that spiritual atmosphere, I go to Bake Bihari in Vrindavan, where there are thousands of people, and forget about we took a VIP, so we were given a platform, the area to stand, and you keep on having, every minute the door, the curtain closes, opens, but you can concentrate and look into the eyes, all that. If I go as a routine person, where I don't have any connects, in these thousands of people, I've been pushed a fraction of a second and pushed out. The entire time, instead of connecting, I was thinking about dab jaungi. I will be just pushed here and there, because that's how. And to enter into that mandir, I have to stand in a huge queue where people are pushing you all the time. Instead of that, I go to one of the nice ISKCON temple in Pune, where there is a atmosphere, there is a energy, because whole day chanting, puja hoti rehti hai. And evening, if I go 8 p.m, if there is no one, I sit in that atmosphere 20 minutes. I connect to Krishna. The same Krishna, same of Vrindavan Bake Bihari with Krishna of an empty temple here. Which I should be doing and why?
Whichever doesn't disturb your mind.
Yeah, my mind will be more happy sitting here.
When you go to Tirupati, again it feels similar kind of queue is there, maybe better managed. That's all. So, and you spend those, I think, 10 seconds in front of that murti.
But that 10 seconds you keep on revising in your mind 1,000 times.
So if mind is calm, it doesn't matter. A calm mind will be able to create, will not even experience any dhakka. He will start feeling, so I to feel कि कृष्ण ही धक्का मार रहे हैं मुझे, चलो तो गुस्सा नहीं आता ना.
बराबर है. So I think what you conveyed us is very important. Whichever place you go, your mind matters a lot. Even if I go in a temple where no people, alone sitting, but if my mind is crowded, I will not be able to do. And while there, I will say ki it's okay. See, just for a fraction and revive that, because automatically I'm putting my mind into meditation, practicing, because I'm visualizing that murti or whatever you want to call Krishna all the time in front of my eyes, and I keep on revising that till I go to any next temple, because I don't want to forget Bake Biharika murtis. So I keep on revising that all the time till I go, for example, if I go to Tulzapur with the Devi, because that is a beauty of India. We have so many gods. So I want to ask you, and today, this week I was with Krishna, next week I am with Tirupati, third week I am with Rameshwar, fourth week I am with Kolhapur Ambabai. Now, different idols, you keep on revising them in your mind and all. Believe me, Rohit, sometimes it happens, I want to sit quietly. I want to remember Tulsa Bhavani. And I don't come to see her face at all, her murti at all in front of my eyes. I keep on having so many other idols. So, why should we visit so many places? Because they are spiritually connected. You get same energy. You are amplifying the efforts. So whether I should follow only one temple, have the mind practice of visiting that which is next to my house also. But where I will be visiting like all 36 crore devatas of India.
देखो simple है. It's not very complicated. It's simple. आपको कहीं तो जाना है, तो अलग अलग तीर्थ पे चले जाओ, बेटर है कंपेयर टू गोइंग ऑन अ बीच. यू कैन गो टू बीच ऑल्सो, नॉट सेइंग डोंट गो, बट बेटर है कि यहाँ चले जाओ. इट्स लाइक फॉर मी, व्हेन आई सी शिवा आई सी कृष्णा, व्हेन आई सी कृष्णा आई सी कृष्णा, व्हेन आई सी एनी आइडल आई ओनली सी हिम. So for me there is no difference. I see you, I see him. So it is the evolution of mind which needs multiple practices, or it needs one practice. You just have to understand, the more the chaotic the mind, it needs training. So whether it is through Hatha Yoga, or it is through practices of visiting various tirth, Jyotirlings, and going to every Jyotirling and then over there trying to calm your mind further, because you need movement. Now, better going to one place, you'll get bored. Go to multiple places, it'll give you movement. So it is just the training of mind. If your mind is not trained, it will not get calm. So idea is, when you, in today's world specifically, when children are born and new children are taking birth, and there are so many, I meet children so many in last full year, through my school I met so many children. I found, because parents don't understand the world that they are living in, they are with their hands killing the life of the children. There is so much of exposure. We didn't have our time. In your time it was even further less. It was very good, because less exposure means only parents were giving you and telling you what is important. Today parents teaching has gone abysmally low. So what is teaching them? The only thing that is teaching them is the reels, the OTTs, the television.
Yeah.
So
okay,
if
I'm coming
parents,
back to what I was asking you, because this is my gynecologist who are listening, and I know that everyone goes in different temple, but you rightly said you are probably Krishna Bhakta. So you see Krishna. For me, anywhere I go, I see Gagangiri Maharaj. I go to Mathura Vrindavan also, I'll be all the time. And in every songs, everywhere, the pujari or anyone will say कि आपके गुरु की भक्ति. That is, I don't know, yeah. I'm putting it on a complete. I'm so sorry. I need to disconnect my WhatsApp from the desktop. Now it will not come probably. I'm sorry, it disconnected. What you say is very right. And every temple or any spiritual guru will always tell you ki Guru Bhakti. You go anywhere. For me, Gagangiri Maharaj, I see everywhere. So but because in Indian culture, you have a Kula Devata. So you have to go to Tulsa Bhavani, or there are rituals. So if you have gone to Tirupati, you should complete the yatra only when you visit Ambabai in Kolhapur. You hear. So you want to do just as a karma or as a part of your this thing, probably you may get different energies. Most of the people. So I wanted this important thing to pass on the important message that you follow one God, you go to many temples, you will get the same energy, and try to connect your mind with some image, whichever you feel strongly believe so.
Correct.
Okay.
So when I was talking about children, I was talking primarily from this perspective that when you're going to multiple temples, always take your family with you. They should feel that this is if my mind, because children's mind are always chaotic. They are born chaotic because that's how the mind is. While going to these places, while going to visiting these temples, while visiting these tirth, they get a new energy of calmness. And that is intoxication. They have not experienced it. They have not experienced it. So when you come back, then you see a difference between the two places. And that is where their mind becomes very sharp. So going to multiple places, whether you're an adult or a child, is extremely important for people whose minds are chaotic. But try to see only oneness in everything that you do, that we all are interconnected spirits and we all are only the manifestation of that one God sitting in here with us.
Right. Okay, I took a different journey. Coming back to our Bhagavad Gita, another 20-25 minutes. I think chapter 4, what we wanted to discuss for today, the Gyan Karma, we being a doctors, the medical profession. So there are 2-3 things I wanted to clear off is, one, if we, for example, obstetricians or a IVF consultant, we are giving the hopes, what they wanted was child as IVF consultant. Otherwise, it would not have possible by natural way. Her tubes are blocked, the sperms are pathetic, whatever the reason. I give them a baby. I have done a positive karma. I delivered. I hold the baby in their hands. Everything is done. So this is a tremendous positive karma I'm doing. We feel like probably last life they have done for you, this life you have done, or next life you will need their help, you have done this. Do you think we collect as a doctor, patient, you have a pathology, you have freed them, breast cancer, you did the surgery, you cured. Actually breast cancer, I think the way it is, if you diagnose now in early stage, you can use the word cure. Otherwise for cancer, we never use the word cure, right? So you have helped the patient to live long life, otherwise she would have died. You gave them a baby, you continued their family, health, generations. So do you think the doctors are always collecting the good karma, or we are charging them also? So are we doing a vyavahar with the money, charging money, not doing any free? So can
If
you
you
just talk
remember,
about Gyan Karma?
I have explained this earlier also, and
Yeah.
I'll connect this to the chapter number 4 as well. But what you do does not matter.
Bhav matters.
Why you do matters. सो व्हाट यू डू, आप जो करते हो उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, अब वो क्यों कर रहे हो उससे फर्क पड़ता है. तो when you are really doing it for giving happiness to the family, to really bring joy in their life, you're giving. When you're giving, at that time, whatever you are doing becomes pure. Now, if you say, no, I am doing it only because I want to earn 50 lakh rupees in this week. So bring 50 patients, 1 lakh rupees every patient.
Then that is not giving.
Then that is not giving. Then it will not bring you happiness also. At the end of 1 week, you would have got the money, but you won't be happy. So happiness is not in the act. Happiness is in the reason behind the act. And that is the beauty of what Krishna kept on talking in Bhagavad Gita. Don't think you are killing. Don't think it is war. Why this war is more important than the war? So war itself is a killing act, is an act of ending life. But this war is dharma. Another war may not be dharma. So there was a very beautiful conversation between Arjuna and Krishna. He said, okay, fine. So now you are saying karmane vadikaraste ma phaleshu kanachil. That means I should not worry about the result. So why are you talking about that? Because I am doing it for result only. I want to win back. That's why I came in here. And the reason that I'm not able to fight now is because now I don't want Hastinapur. I'm thinking, why should I kill my people? Because my own family, for that Rajya, I don't want it. So he said that is the great difference between you and me. Why you are here is different from why I am here. We both have come here to fight, but why have you come is different from why I have come. I have not come here to win Hastinapur. I have come here to establish dharma. And you have come here to win Hastinapur. That means you have come here to win. Now let me ask you, he's talking to him. Let me ask you one question. You come here to win. Suppose you lose. Then what will happen? He said, I'll feel sad. I said, okay, you'll feel sad. Then what will that sadness do to you? That sadness will make you fight another war. To prove that you are right, you are strong. Now this war was the Dharma Yudh. That war will become Hinsa.
We discussed this.
This you've discussed earlier, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, it is not the war that is important. It is not the act that is important. It is the reason behind the act. So when compassion is the reason behind any act, no matter what it is, even war becomes beautiful.
So those who are listening, it's very important. Whatever you do with love, compassion, honesty, sincere efforts. Whether you get the results or not, your effort should be sincere.
See, understand, as a doctor, and especially as gynecologists, especially as that, your job, you're bringing a new life into the world. You know what life is? In chapter 4, Krishna has a very beautiful verse. He says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunat vinashaya chatusht kritat dharma sansthapanadhaya sambhavani yuge yuge. So there are two verses. I think it is verse number 7 and 8 of chapter number 4. So people have taken wrong meanings of it. Let me shift the meaning. People usually have taken what? That जब this विश्व में कुछ गलत होगा, मैं अवतार लेकर आऊंगा. इसका मीनिंग ये था ही नहीं जो उन्होंने बोला. His meaning was very different from what we have interpreted that meaning as. What he is trying to say is very, very simple. He is saying whenever awareness declines in whatever form, in wherever awareness declines little bit, I give birth to a baby, or I come in this world in the form of a baby. I come. That means every baby born is me. Whenever there's a little decline anywhere, to fill it up, I take the form of a baby and come. So it is the birth as a manifestation of dharma. It is almost like cosmos taking birth inside the womb. So therefore, अगर बेबी कॉस्मिक एनर्जी है, तो डॉक्टर क्या बन गया? वूम्ब क्या बन गया? वूम्ब तो गेट बन गया ना, जस्ट अ डोर. It's a door for letting Krishna come to the world. And therefore, doctor क्या बन गया? It's not a biological activity happening out there. See it from this perspective. It is not biological activity happening out there. It is actually a Sarathi who is giving cosmic birth. आप इन एक सारथी की तरह रथ को लेके आ रहे हो इस दुनिया में. Now, when doctors start seeing things that way, every gynecologist is a Sarathi to Krishna. Every mother.
You put it in a very different way, Rohit. One has to think over a lot.
And every mother becomes the Ratha itself.
With this thought, no lady will feel रात को 12 बजे भी डिलीवरी आई या 2 बजे भी आई, तो she will see that I got an opportunity to become a Sarthi for Krishna.
Correct.
She will not feel lazy to get up. She will not feel tired to get up.
You are
a different angle.
You are on a divine job. You have to, every birth, at the birth, is a balance in the universe. And birth has happened the moment the baby has entered the womb. So when gynecologist is a Sarthi not at the delivery time, she's a Sarthi from the first sonography that is done, or maybe before that. So that is the journey of a doctor, and that is the journey of a mother. Every thought, it is said, na, when जो भी सोचते हो वही जाता है, जो भी खाते हो वही जाता है, जो भी फील करते हो वही जाता है. वो इसीलिए बोला जाता है क्योंकि आप तो रथी हो ना, वो तो पैसेंजर है, वो तो तक उतरा ही नहीं है. So therefore, Krishna said, यदा यदा ही धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत. यानी कि जब भी जन्म होने वाला है ना, तो समझ लो कहीं ना कहीं पे कुछ धर्म थोड़ा सा कम हुआ था, उसको बैलेंस करने के लिए मैं आता हूं. अब आने के बाद हम उसके साथ पता नहीं क्या क्या कर देते हैं, बात अलग है. वो बेचारा आया तो कृष्ण के रूप में ही था या कॉन्शियसनेस के रूप में ही था.
राइट.
परित्राणाय साधुनाथ. नाउ कम द नेक्स्ट लाइन. परित्राणाय साधुनाथ, यानी कि इस दुनिया में कोई ना कोई दुखी है, कोई साधु की परित्रणाएं हो रही है, मतलब वो दुखी है, उसको सुख देने के लिए मैं आता हूं. संभवानी युगे युगे, युग युग में मेरा जन्म होता है. तो नाउ एवरी चाइल्ड दैट इज बॉर्न इज हिज manifestation. Now, how can a doctor's job be more different than a priest's job? आपने जो मथुरा में देखा, उसमें और इसमें क्या फर्क है? कुछ भी फर्क नहीं है. बर्थ का रीडेफिनेशन किया श्री कृष्ण ने इसके अंदर. When Shri Krishna was talking about this, it is almost like बर्थ के पहले, बिफोर इट एंटर्स दैट, ही और शी, जेंडर तो था नहीं तब तक, ही और शी, बर्थ के पहले जेंडर नहीं था, अस्थि, बर्थ के बाद जेंडर मिला, सो ही और शी वॉज हिम, एच विद a capital H. After birth, it became a body. When it came out, that birth, that moment of birth is not the beginning. It is the remembering. A drop of eternity falling into time again. वो जो एटर्निटी का ड्रॉप है ना, वो टाइम में वापस गिर गया, नहीं तो पहले टाइम के पहले था, वो टाइम के परे था, वो समय की लहर में आया है, लेकिन था तो वो पहले भी. नाउ व्हेन दिस हैपेंस, दैट बर्थ की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एक गायनोकोलॉजिस्ट की शुरू से लेके उसके जन्म तक होती है. अब ये सेक्रेट ही तो है ना,
या
इससे बड़ा सेक्रेट तो है ही नहीं कुछ भी, इससे बड़ी सेवा कुछ नहीं है. सो इन दैट वे तो आई फील समटाइम्स यू आर ब्लेस्ड.
या
You all are blessed. You all imagine, now suddenly imagine, all the gynecologists world are doing what? They are the sarathis of the Rath in which Krishna himself is sitting. अब अगर
So we are blessed to be in medical profession and doubly blessed to be an obstetrician, because that is a one additional job we are doing,
of bringing him into the
bringing
room.
him in this world.
Yeah.
Very important, very important. And that's how, if we see this from this angle and this eye, I think we will start feeling so much happiness around. Our mind will be so happy. It's very important, Rohit, because we obstetricians are always stressed out. But if we see everything with this angle, our mind will be so happy and we will never be stressed. Stress comes, mental peace jata hai. We will be more peaceful at mind.
And
That's very important. Now,
beyond just a doctor, na, I also feel as a woman you're so blessed.
very
You
true.
not just have the, as a doctor, you not just have the responsibility of being a sarathi, you also have the opportunity of being the Rath in which Krishna sat himself. So it is a very different way of looking yourself as a human, as a mother, as a doctor. When you, that's why this body is a temple. And as a woman, as a mother, that body as a temple has a even deeper meaning. Because वहां तो स्थापना होती है, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होती है, प्राण जाते हैं उसमें. But as a doctor, you ensure that things come into this world. This world would not have existed if doctors won't have existed.
I agree. But now a word of caution. I know we are nearly 40 minutes discussing. We all have to think on very different way our role as an obstetrician, bringing life, or whatever it is, Krishna, Sarthi, you have spoken. By chance, or there is always when it starts now, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, the ego should not come, the I should not become bigger and bigger and inflated. So it's very important to again show your gratitude and thank God for giving you this profession, this life.
That's true. So you are just one of the nimit. You're not a doer. You are just a madhyam.
Yes.
And that remaining of the madhyam is the most important part. That is the beginning story. You may be the sarthi, but you're just doing a job.
Again, that is very important. Otherwise, those who are listening, they will start thinking, and
I,
one day the I will become so inflated. So again, they have to remind themselves ki, yes, this life we are blessed. So we need to thank God for giving us opportunity. Now, thank God is thank Krishna again. If I say so, or a Shiva, or I don't want to go into the creator of this word, but what is important is thanking the God or Him, H capital as you say, that they have given us a beautiful profession this life so that we can be in a position of a giver.
correct. Correct.
And every day, don't forget to show this gratitude before you go to bed. Gratitude is very, very important. And with this, we'll remain more humble, more ethical, more honest, and more towards a server than just I.
Correct.
This is very important.
If you look at chapter 4, it is called as Gyan Karma Sannyas. It's very simply, although it's a long chapter, very simply what it means is when this Gyan, I am not a doer, this Gyan enters your life, your karma becomes sannyas. So when this Gyan, that I am not the doer, I have come here to just do what I have been told to me, and I will do it with pure bhakti. That is my bhakti. Then automatically my karma becomes sannyas. So the fire of knowledge, the Gyan Agni, the fire of knowledge, just as fire reduces wood into ashes, knowledge also burns all the karmas. That means you are no more the doer, so your karma bursts. Burning of karma means I goes away. It is just happening. I am not doing. It is happening. And when it happens, everything is a blessing. So you did something, it worked, fine. You did something, it didn't work, fine. You continue doing what you did, you continue doing what you did, and you continue doing what you did because that is what your job is. So karma burns in the fire of knowledge is what simply this chapter talks about.
Beautiful, Rohit. Beautiful. I think today we took a very different turn on discussion, thinking, but at the end, for all the obstetrician or anyone who is in the position of giving, it may be, see, Bill Gates, when I was not a Fogsi president, I was just knowing that they are doing. But when I became a president and when I see the amount of donation, the amount of work, not in his own city, not in his own country, across the globe, in all developing countries, massive, Rohit, massive. And I sometimes feel we should be following these billionaires who does. That is where a birth of sponsor a birth comes in mind. Do something for the needy, those who can't afford. Let's sponsor their birth. Let's sponsor their IVF cycle by which we can give them a baby, because in India, the government hospital don't have it. But coming to that, when they are serving, so sitting in my bedroom, where is Bill Gates sitting today? He is maybe sitting in his bedroom. But multifactorial people, hundreds and thousands of people are working on his payroll to do the free charity work into these developing countries. May it be the nutrition for these malnourished kids of Africa, or may it be the nutrition for the malnourished pregnant woman of India or anywhere. You just see the amount. So sometimes the karma, he don't have a count. It is a countless.
Yeah.
It's happening. So sitting here, he knows what work people are doing. He may be knowing the structure of the work, but he may not be meeting those who are receiving his givings, That is real. So he may not have to do meditation. He may not be enlightened. He may not be doing anything. But I definitely sometimes feel that this way of doing the charity or donations or the work is going to give him the ultimate mukti.
Absolutely right. See, ultimately, karma has got three important layers. Either it is called as the work that you're doing, either it is vikarma or it is akarma. Vikarma means I'm doing it for only for me. Akarma is I'm doing for others. Akarma is the starting point. I'm doing for the benefit of the world. So akarma is the starting point of complete chitta shuddhi. Then automatically you become a yogi. You become a monk. You don't need to do any practice to become a monk. Your shuddha karma is itself the biggest practice for becoming a monk. And as doctors, as gynecologists, as primarily this profession people, they have got a blessing of doing this almost every single day. Now, this big yajna you are part of. Now, whether you can afford to donate or not donate, it doesn't matter. But can you donate your time? Answer is yes. That is something, a wealth that God has given you completely.
Very true. Very true. So thank you, Rohit. Thank you so much today. You have made every obstetrician and every doctor over there very, very happy. But he also used the word vikarma or akarma, where you very important for us to work with honesty, with ethics. Then only it will be a good karma. And that's very important for all of us to remember, and ultimately to remember that we are just the mediator and he is the one who is a performer. So even if we say कृष्णा का आप सारथी बनते हो, तो हमें भी कृष्णा है, तो हम कृष्णा
बेटर लाइन होगा, कृष्णा आपके थ्रू अपना ही सारथी बनता है.
अपना ही सारथी. आई एम कमिंग टू दैट सेंटेंस. इवन इफ यू आर सेइंग कि वी आर बिकमिंग अ सारथी ऑफ अ कृष्णा, कृष्णा इज बिकमिंग अ सारथी ऑफ अ कृष्णा हिमसेल्फ. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. You think that he is using you to become a sarthi. He's giving you an opportunity. So use the opportunities in a right way. Your happiness will be 10 times, 20 times. Not only that, as you age and when you look back, you will feel very happy, very blessed, more and more blessed every day. And that will bring real happiness. And you will start thinking your meditation, you become the one where you are thinking go nirvikar, what Rohit is guiding us. It will be easy. When mind is happy, everything around becomes a happy. So thank you, Rohit. Now we have one more on 31st December. I was thinking, Rohit, this is all for doctors. You gave a happiness. That's where, even if we learn this much part of a Gita is good enough. But there are many thought process in a mind which is going on about Kalki avatar will come in this Kali Yuga. Some says Kalki has already arrived. Some says Kalki will come. Now, for example, the Govardhan temple yesterday, when I really saw, it was a eye level. Many places it has gone flat also. And those who climbed Giriraj Mandir with me before, not with me yesterday, they saw they could climb up without any breathlessness in one go. Well, before it was like this. It is going down every millimeter wise, down, down, down. And when it will be a flat, this earth will go. So Kalki, what is that? What is Kali Yuga? I would like to discuss that, which are very queries in a mind on 31st December. 45 minutes. You talk on Kali Yuga. You talk how we are going to, whether sometimes I feel, what, this also you need to answer. I'm giving you thought process for 2 months to think. I know you don't need it. You can instantly answer. What I see, one example was there where Rama ki anguthi deep down gai, and Hanumanji, when he went down, he saw in thousands of rings over there. It means 1,000 times this Ramayana has happened. 1,000 times this has taken. So I feel that जो सतयुग वापस आता है, वापस जो द्वापर, all 4 yugas आते हैं, we all take the birth in the same. So this Sunita will happen again in a next Kali Yuga as well. The same birth, the same karma, it happens, the history repeats over, not only in Rama's life, but in our lives also. And the same, probably with the same people, I will be again when next Kali Yuga comes. This always I feel. So whatever my last birth was there for ages with every. This is one thing I want you to tell us. Of course, 15 minutes हम कली युग and कल के अवतार पे बात करेंगे. And 15 minutes I want from you the Brahmand. They say कि there are many more Brahmands. So is that true? Or the same replica is there? So Sunita is also there in another Brahmand doing the same things, talking with Rohit and talking with this. Is that replica happens? There are so many things we listen, so many things we hear on a podcast. So you gave us in 15 minutes. I may not remember now. There's so much things happening in minds. But these 15 minutes in 3 parts about we would like to discuss.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you, Rohit.
Okay. Thank you very much
for being on a Fogsi platform and became a part of a Fogsi in entire year. And I'm so happy we spoke the other day. We are missing out on each other's having these spiritual dialogues, having this satsang, I should call it. And thank you for giving happiness to not only me, to hundreds. And we'll send you the link so that your other doctor people can also watch and listen. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.